Hello again. Following a bright day for many of us, a thicker cloud arrives just in time for the weekend. There'll be some rain around as well, but it's not going to be a washout. By any means, there'll still be some fine and warm weather in places and at times. But through the night, clear spells becoming increasingly restricted to the east and the south. Thicker cloud arrives into the west, and some outbreaks of mostly light rain moves through a fairly narrow band. It'll be on and off, I think, by the time it gets to central parts. Nevertheless, with the thicker cloud arriving, it's going to be a milder night compared with the previous night. Temperatures not falling quite as far. I think generally 8 to 11 Celsius, although a little lower where we've got those clearer spells towards the east and the south. Then we start off Saturday with those areas of cloud, much of it medium and high level cloud, so still some brightness out there. And any rainfall tending to fragment. It's not particularly going to be wet first thing. The exception being Shetland, where it will be a damp start to the weekend. We've got those areas high and medium cloud moving their way east. Again, some outbreaks of on and off light rain for Aberdeenshire into Fife at times. Perhaps the odd light shower towards the southeast, but it's in the southeast where we'll see the brightest skies. And we'll also see some brightness coming through at times towards the northwest. It's here where the highest temperatures will be actually. 19, perhaps 20 Celsius around the Murray coast, and still 18 to 19 Celsius possible towards the southeast. Otherwise mid-teens generally, but a cool breeze coming from the North Sea to affect coastal parts of Aberdeenshire. Now, by the end of the afternoon, we'll see some lower cloud arrive into the northwest, and for the Western Isles, it is a gloomy afternoon with outbreaks of showery rain and some mistiness around coasts as well. This becomes more extensive as we go through Saturday night. Fairly widespread by this stage, outbreaks of light to moderate, even in some places heavier rainfall at times, and extensive low cloud covering the hills and causing some mistiness around the coast. Still staying largely dry with some clear spells towards the southeast as we end Saturday. We're going to Sunday with this area of cloud slow moving and bringing a lot of low cloud to the hills and some outbreaks of rain at times. It stalls over central parts, and by the afternoon it starts to lift and break into showery conditions. Some heavy downpours in places through, say, the Highlands, for example. But actually for the central belt, not a great deal of rainfall about by the afternoon. It is drying up, and we'll see some brightness in the south as well. That is where the highest temperatures will be on Saturday afternoon, 18, 19 Celsius or so. In the west, actually a brighter day to come compared with Saturday. Sunny spells arriving by the afternoon and highs of 15 or 16 Celsius. Likewise for Shetland and Orkney, I think brighter skies compared with Saturday. Nevertheless, this front does eventually weaken and disappear as high pressure becomes extensive across the UK at the start of next week, and that means that for much of Scotland on Monday it's a dry day. There'll be sunny spells at times, not entirely blue skies up and down the country. There'll still be some of that mistiness near Aberdeen and a cooler onshore flow, but it's looking like a fine start next week and a decent signal for plenty of fine weather to continue through next week and for the rest of May. That's all from me, but you can find much more on social media. Bye-bye.